everybody. It's Suzanne Spooner, QHHT Level 3 practitioner in Des Moines, Iowa. And I have a new session segment for you today. It's fun. It's kind of light and enjoyable. Her questions are very relatable with her high self, and I think some of you will maybe find some insight into your own similar issues. So thank you for my client for allowing us to share her amazing session. I'm calling this one Speckle Amongst the Cosmos. And this is so much fun because, when clients come in for a session, they never know where they're going to go to. And it's amazing. The lifetime is always picked by that part of them that knows everything, the high self, subconscious. And it's always picked because it relates in a very important way to their current life and experience to help them understand that more deeply. So in this lifetime, she was more of an abstract experience. It took some questions and answers between the two of us to figure out really what she was. She ends up being this speckle amongst a group of speckles in the cosmos. And they're just kind of hanging out. And then these spirals come and the spirals kind of break up the speckles. And it's kind of a weird scenario there until we get the clarity from the high self. But anyways, beautiful session. Her questions that she had wonderful deep answers to. There's a great question about Machu Picchu and a visit that she had there and her connection to that sacred site. Health-wise, her body wanted to go into her throat, which was a really interesting conversation. Her back, she has scoliosis, and therefore her hips are off balance. So that was amazing. She got full and complete healing there. Also, her jaw's been popping for a very long time, since childhood. And we find out that's about biting your tongue and not speaking her truth in life, holding back. And her jaw wasn't popping after the session. So that was super awesome. She was kind of bouncing around my office with her hips feeling like they're in place again. So that was fun. But anyways, great session. Just kind of fun and light and enjoyable to listen to. So I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. I recently was interviewed by Alex on Next Level Soul, Alex Ferrari, and it was a wonderful interview. I really enjoyed talking with him. He's fun. And I will put the link to that interview down below in the descriptions of this session in case you guys want to listen to that. Okay, I think that's all I've got for you. SuzanneSpooner.com is my website, and I am sending you lots of love from the snowy Midwest. What's the very first thing that you notice?
Still feeling really warm and floaty.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really seeing anything yet.
That's it. Okay, just go with your very first thoughts. If you were to describe what's around you, what would you say?
Almost like I'm just still floating in the sky. Just still.
How does that feel?
It's so calming.
Yeah, enjoy that. You don't have to rush from that. So you're floating in the sky. Tell me more about that.
I just feel weightless. It's very almost outer space-like.
Oh, cool. Tell me more about that.
Oh. It's just it's unreal, like a anti-gravity type feeling.
So if you wanted to move around, could you?
I just kind of feel like I'm floating there.
Nice. And so as you're floating in that beautiful anti-gravity space, bring your focus to yourself there. Do you have a body? Do you have form?
I can't really see myself, no.
How do you perceive yourself?
I don't know right now. Just so relaxed. Almost like speckles of light.
Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Tell me about the speckled light you are.
It's just kind of free forming, like it's not a solid. It's just kind of flowy.
That's pretty nice. Do you feel big or little?
I feel really little, but I feel like I feel like there's more around me, but I don't know if it's more like me.
Mm-hmm. What's the first thought that comes to mind about that?
Like I just feel so tiny.
And the space that's around you, describe that the best you can.
But it's not dark. It's not light. It's almost just open. It's I'm the speckles in the open.
You're the speckles in the
That's
open.
why it feels like speckles.
And from your perspective, what is it like to be the speckles in the open?
I'm just relaxed and kind of floating, like I was floating on the cloud, and now I almost feel that same kind of sensation where it's almost like the wind could push me if there's a wind, but I don't feel a wind.
And so, do you feel like you move at something else's direction, or can you move yourself?
I don't think I can move.
Okay. And does it feel like you stay kind of speckling in one place, or do you?
I kind of flow. There's a little bit of a flow to it, but it's not like a major movement.
Sounds real gentle.
Yes, it's very gentle.
And what do you notice as you're gently flowing around?
What is there around me?
What's the first thought that comes to mind about what you're noticing?
Okay. First thought that comes to my mind, I just feel tingly, just feeling tingly, just relaxed.
Nice. And you said that you felt like there could be others like you around?
Yes, I'm trying to see if there is others.
And what do you notice about that?
Maybe I'm just one of the speckles.
Oh, like in the group of speckles?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Tell me more.
I feel like we all move together. Yeah, it just kind of feels like we're all floating around together.
Okay. So it's kind of like a community?
Yeah, like a little group of speckles.
That's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Do you communicate, connect with each other?
I don't know if we're communicating like verbally or anything. It's just, we're just all hanging out.
Nice. Do you get a sense what the other speckles are like? Are they super similar to you or different?
They all seem pretty much the same. We're just kind of hanging out.
Just hanging out. That's kind of nice. Not a lot you have to do.
No, there's nothing we need to really worry about. We're just hanging out.
Do you get a sense of your purpose or why you guys are all together there as that group of speckles?
I do not know. I'm not really sure what our purpose is.
And the space that you're hanging out in again, can you describe that for me?
It's more like just a free open space. It's not like bright or dark. It seems like it's more bluish purplish. And we're kind of like a little white specklies.
The bluish purplish space, the open space, do you connect with that in any way?
It's just calming. It's just relaxing.
Nice. Sounds like it just kind of lets you do your speckle stuff.
Yeah, we're just speckling around.
Okay, you are doing fabulous. So let's do this. Let's leave that scene you're looking at. Let's drift and float to an important time in that experience of being that speckle, a different time when something important is happening, and now you're there. And what do you notice?
There's water now. There's water around us.
There's what?
It's not just open, it's water.
Oh, tell me more.
It seems like maybe we're supposed to do something with water.
Is your form the same or has it changed?
Maybe we are part of the water. Maybe we're the water.
Oh, were you with the water before?
I don't know. Maybe it's part of the water.
Okay.
Maybe that's why I feel like we're water. We're just kind of floating.
And what else do you notice around you?
More like gentle movements, just a calm flow. Nothing crazy.
Does the water that you're a part of, it seems like a small area of water or a vast?
It seems really big. It seems really big. For me, the little area, I mean, I thought I was just floating, but I think it's just we're in this huge body of water.
Oh, wow. Does it feel like you're on the surface or underneath?
Underneath the water.
Okay. And what do you notice now?
It's a little darker. Still kind of a bluish, purplish, more purplish though. Still just a really floaty feeling, just calming.
And how do you spend your time? What do you do?
Just hanging out, being little speckles.
And your other speckles, are they with you?
Yeah, they're still hanging around. They're right around me.
Do you notice other life in the water? Or is it not?
I'm not really seeing anything else around me. It kind of seemed just big open spaces with the little group of like speckles.
Okay.
And I don't know how to describe them other than it's just kind of like a little brightness in the dark. Almost like a little glittery kind of thing.
How do you think your little group of brightness in the dark affects the dark? Or does it?
I don't know. It's almost like the water or whatever this is controls us. And we just kind of go with it.
How do you feel about that?
It's okay.
Just going with the flow?
Yeah, it's okay.
And then what happens next?
Keeps getting darker.
And why is that?
I'm not really sure. It seems like on one side of me is quite a bit darker than the other side.
Oh, what causes that to be?
I don't know. It doesn't seem like sunlight or something we're familiar with here. It's quite a bit darker. It's like a deep purple kind of color now.
Oh my. That sounds kind of pretty.
Yeah.
Does it change how you feel as you get into that deeper, darker purple?
Not so much, no. I'm just still kind of flowy. Like, not a care in the world. We're just hanging out.
Anything else going on around you that you notice?
No, not really.
Okay, you're doing great. Well, let's leave that scene that you're looking at. Let's drift and float to another important time in that life. And now you're there. And what do you notice now?
Oh, they're swirlies. Swirlies.
Swirlies?
Uh-huh.
Tell me more about
Different spirally type colors, like greens and teals and um, lighter colors. Lighter colors are swirling.
Different than
The blues and purples. They're much brighter hues of. I mean, it's still kind of a bluish, but more greenish, and it's lighter. It's swirly.
And the swirlies look different than the speckles?
Yep, they're different. They're more spirally, kind of swirling around us, where we were just kind of floating.
And so what happened that the swirlies showed up?
I don't know. They kind of came in and hanging out. They want to tell us what to do, move around. They want to move us.
They want to move you?
Yep. They want to make us separate.
Oh, like all the speckles separate?
Yep. They're trying to move us around.
Why did they want to do that?
I don't know. Why are you doing that? I don't know, but it's really pretty. It's like a spirally lighter. It's still purple. I still see purple and blue.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like a green, like a bright tealish green that it's trying to move everything around, like making it I don't know, like giving it more power, something.
Does it give you more power?
Yeah, it makes you. I'm not as. It doesn't feel like we're just hanging out. We're moving, we're flowing. We're not. We're still not like. We're just moving to different, faster now.
Okay, and tell me what happens next.
We just kind of keep moving in this spiral pattern now. It's pretty cool though. It's not like out of control. It's moving.
And what did they want to move you towards or from?
I don't know. They're just separating us out.
So instead of being close together,
yeah, now we're kind of spread out. We're all spread out.
And how does that change the speckles?
We're still all speckles. We're not in a clump.
Does that feel different for you?
No, it feels okay. We're doing our thing.
And you're gaining more power as this happens?
Yeah, more movement. Like it's not really us moving. It's something around us that is moving us.
Can you communicate or ask questions to the spirals?
What are you doing with us?
What do they say?
They're moving us. We don't need to be stagnant. We got to move around.
Ask them, why is it important that you're not stagnant, that you're moving?
Why do we need to move? Because we're not serving our purpose.
Oh. And what do they think your purpose is?
We need to separate. I don't know why. Why do we got to separate?
What did they say about that?
They don't really give an answer. They just say you can't be stuck together. You need to move around.
Okay, so they're helping you, it sounds like.
Yeah. I don't think we can move on our own, or maybe we didn't want to move on our own. Maybe we're okay like that.
Okay, but now everybody's all the speckles are moving with the spirals.
Yeah, now we're kind of just all scattered around, but we're still all together. Like we can get each other. Like we're all still little speckles.
And then what happens?
Now we're just hanging out again, but it changed from kind of floating and drifting to like now we're a spiral movement type. This is our new normal.
So the spirals are helping the speckles move in a spiral fashion? Is that right?
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay, and that helps you gain power?
Just feels like energy, yeah. Just feels like some type of force.
Nice. And what does that change or affect, do you notice?
I think it actually makes the speckles stronger when we're further apart. Like together we really didn't do anything, and I don't know what we're doing now, but it seems like there's definitely more energy.
Okay. Wow, that's so cool. Anything else that you're noticing?
No, more colors. Just more colors.
Where did the colors come from?
From the middle of where the spiral is. It's still purple and blues on the outside, and then it's like the spiral color keeps moving in more color.
What colors do you notice?
More yellows.
Wow.
Yeah, all kinds of colors, though. Like, not just what we see here. It's a lot of color.
Wow. And what do those other colors add to the situation, would you say?
I don't know. Maybe they were there all the time, but we just didn't see them because we were so in one spot.
I get it. Like your perception is
Yeah.
increasing.
Yeah.
And you said different colors than what we can normally see?
Yeah, a lot of different. I mean, like we see purple and blue, but between purple and blue, there's like 100 colors.
Wow.
And then between the blue and that green that first came in on the spiral, it was immense, like teals and greens and all different.
Wow.
And now, like, even between the green and the yellow, it's just mind-blowing how many colors there are.
Do those colors change or affect you in any way?
I don't know. I still just feel like a little tiny speck in all of it. I don't really feel like I'm affecting it or it's affecting me, but once we were not together, there was more light.
Oh, interesting. More diffused.
More differences in the spectrum.
Okay. Wow. There's a lot to find out when you're not all
we're not all
together.
Yeah.
Okay, you're doing so good. Let's leave that scene that you're looking at. Let's drift and float to another important time in this life. Now you're there. And what's happening now?
It kind of sounds crazy. It sounds like we're making a galaxy or something.
Oh, tell me all about that.
It almost sounds like we're making our own. Somehow together, we're making a galaxy or a planetary type place.
And tell me exactly what you notice about how that's happening. That's so interesting.
Well, what just felt like energy before is actually what is making this. It's what made the swirls. It's what separated us, and now it's actually turning these things that were just colors into form.
What are the forms like as they become?
Like planets and stars, and it seems like it's making its own little universe.
And where are you amongst all of that?
I'm still just like a speck within all this vastness.
Wow. Did the many, many colors have anything to play with that? Anything to do with it?
Yeah. The colors were what were bringing it all in. We only saw a little part of it when we were all kind of speckled together, like in our little group.
Right.
And then it came and moved us around. Like the energy pushed us out. Not pushed us out, but scattered us in a spiral type thing.
And then from that...
Then there's more colors and it's just evolving. Everything's coming like like if you could imagine just being able to make something like a universe and you just from nothing. It's pretty crazy.
That sounds really nice. And then what do you do next?
We're just hanging out and watching all these colors expand and making this new universe.
Oh, describe for me what you notice.
Oh man, there's so many colors there though. It's unreal. The colors are insane. It's like so like at first it was just like we were hanging out. And then now it's like, whoa. The spiral shape. I don't know if that was the center of it. The lighter thing was maybe the center thing.
Right.
And then now it kind of brought in all these spectrums of definitely vibrant colors. Very cool colors.
And do you notice planets and stars?
Yeah, definitely planets. Not like we see, not like what we know.
How are they different?
They're, oh, they're just gorgeous. They're not like Earth.
In what way?
They're more just not solid. Like they're not there yet. It's kind of hard to.
Like an essence?
Yeah, like almost, like in a solar flare, how come it goes kind of out and it's not stable or something yet. It's forming.
It's forming. Okay. It's beginning.
It's beginning. There you go. It's beginning.
And you're a speck amongst all of that.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
That is so cool. Do you get a sense of your role or your job within all that?
Just to be part of the whole.
Part of the whole. Wow. And that spiral that brought the speckles out amongst themselves, is that still around you?
It's still in the center. Yeah, it's still in the center. You can kind of see like the tails of the different colors and the variations. Like an extended color chart is really, really.
Yeah. Do you move around that galaxy, or do you stay in one place?
It seems like we still flow around the spiral.
Okay.
Like that's the center force energy for our area.
Okay. So I wonder if you and the other speckles have something to do with that center force energy.
Once they moved us out. Yeah, because we're scattered everywhere now. I mean, we're all around it.
You had said earlier that made you feel more powerful. Do you feel the same way now or different?
I think we're just still part of the energy that is making this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's outstanding, the colors.
It's beautiful. You can remember these colors anytime you want to. And so what happens after that?
We just kind of keep going, floating around and watching it evolve.
And as time goes on, so to speak, how do things evolve?
It seems to get more stabilized. Definitely still movement. It's still kind of a spirally effect. It's very cool though.
Wow. Yes, it is. All right, you're doing so great. Let's do this. Let's leave that scene you're looking at. Let's go ahead and move to the last day of that experience, that life. And now you're there. And what's going on? Why will it be the last day?
It's something happened.
Okay.
It's not stable.
What happened?
It's like a jolt. It's not a flow. It's a jolt. Something happened to the energy.
And when that jolt happened, what did you notice personally?
It's almost like it just stopped us from evolving. It stopped our flow.
And do you get any understanding of what caused the jolt or why that had to happen?
No, I don't understand.
And what's happening around you?
It's definitely going back to more colorless. it's kind of dulling back to more of a gray. It's not pretty no more. It's.
Where did the colors go?
I don't know. I think the energy jolt took them.
Okay. All right. Wow. And then how does your experience feel as that energy leaves?
Oh, it feels like we're just gonna go back to floating.
Do you notice if the other speckles are coming back in or closer together, or what is that like?
Yeah, I don't see other speckles anymore.
Okay. You're doing so good. All right, now whatever has happened has happened. You've left that form, drifting and floating back to the spirit side. And now you're there. And from this perspective, you can look back on that lifetime and know and see everything that was important about it. What were some of the lessons that you learned as that speckle?
To be part of something greater than yourself.
What else did you learn?
Uh, to accept the energy forces. Even if they jolt, it's okay. It's all just energy.
And every life has a purpose. What would you say was your purpose in that time?
I think the purpose was just to be. Just to be. Not to be anything specific, but just to be.
Nice. Is there anything else about that life that stands out that you want to mention?
Just the colors were crazy.
Oh my gosh, it sounds so beautiful. All right, you're doing really, really good. Now that you're back on the other side, what is that like? What do you notice?
Oh, peace. It is amazing. The peace and the calmness. It's like all love. There's no fear. There's no anger.
So after that jolt, I bet that feels really extra nice.
Yeah. It's just like a glimmery, holographic, warm light.
Oh. Do you see other things in that holographic light?
Um, yeah, I see something else coming towards me.
What is that?
I can't make it out right now. It's really small. I feel like it's something good. Not afraid. It feels like love.
Like love. Oh, do you feel like you have a form, or are you formless?
Right now I feel formless.
Okay.
I feel like I don't have a body.
And as that something coming towards you gets closer and closer, and now it's there, how would you describe it, the love?
Energy. It's just energy. Almost like an orb. It's like an orb.
Okay. And now you're there with that orb, and what do you do next?
We try to decide what we're gonna go. What are we gotta do next? What do we gotta go next? What do we gotta do? We're just talking about what we gotta do.
And tell me a little bit about that conversation.
We're talking about all the things we need to experience yet, all the things we need to learn, all the pain we need to feel to appreciate the love.
Oh. Does it feel like that orb energy is guiding you, or is it part of you?
Feels more like a guide. Yeah, it definitely feels like a guide. Like it's telling me you haven't learned all the lessons yet. You got to learn. It's not always good. And then you appreciate the good when you understand the bad.
Does that have anything to do with the last experience that you had as that speckle? And then the jolt?
I think so. I think it's because it was just a flowy, carefree. I didn't feel like any fear or pain or anything. I mean, nothing negative. I guess that there was no negativity, and I didn't really learn without the duality of understanding all of those.
And then the things that you'll be learning going forward, what does it share with you about that?
It just says you have to experience more to learn. The more you experience, the more you learn.
That makes sense.
Yeah, good and bad. You have to experience all of it. To the more you learn good, the harder it is to learn bad. But then the more bad you learn, the more you appreciate the good.
So how does that shape what you decide to do next?
Nobody really wants to go do the hard stuff, though. That's the only problem is you need to learn it, but yes, nobody wants to do that. So you kind of got to get psyched up for it, I think. I think that's what I'm trying to get psyched up, that I need to learn.
Okay.
That I want to learn. That I don't want to just be in peace. And
do you feel like you get the choice of what you'll do next, or does the guide?
No, I get the choice, but I know it's not going to be easy from what he's telling me about learning and the experience of duality and how you understand only when you experience both sides.
Okay.
And can see the both perspectives.
That's a really important thing in the duality experience.
Yes. And I didn't get to experience that there. He says that was too easy.
Oh. Just speckling around?
Yeah, he's like, what a life. He's getting joy like colors. Nice. How about you learn some tough stuff now?
Kind of a vacation life.
Yeah. Yeah, he said that was way too easy.
And so what do you decide to learn coming into the next life from that experience?
I'm still hesitant. I'm trying to tell him no. I don't want to go. I'm like a little kid. He's trying to tell me it's okay. That I need to continue to learn. The experience is the power.
Do you get to form what your life will be like or who will be with you?
No, I think he's getting me prepared to understand that it's not it's a life, like a human life is different than what I experience. And it's not easy.
So you'll be going into a human life now?
I think that's what he's telling me. He's trying to get me prepared for.
How else does he try to prepare you, I wonder?
Trying to make it sound like it's really awesome, but it sounds like it's really hard. And that's why I don't want to do it.
Doesn't sound like a very good salesman.
No, he's trying, and I'm just like, I think I understand what you're getting, but I don't want to buy what you're telling me.
And so ultimately, what happens?
I have to have a harder experience to learn. So obviously that's the journey I need to take.
So you buy at the end?
I do. I tell him, okay.
Wow.
I know.
It's a good negotiation.
Oh.
Not easy.
No. I mean, who wants to deal with pain and suffering and hate? And
yeah. What does he say about that?
Oh, he tries to make it sound like it's all supposed to be there. Like it's okay, but it's not okay. That's why I'm hesitant. I tell him no, like, I don't like that. Yeah, he's trying to say that it's all part of the plan, that you have to know what to choose, when you can choose, why you choose. It's very contradictory. Yeah, we don't learn unless we get to choose, I guess.
Okay. That's a big deal, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes, he definitely tells us we have to learn by making our own choices.
Do you get to decide when you go back in?
It doesn't seem like I get to stay here long.
Okay.
It seems pretty quick. Like I go in and he says that was easy, too easy. You didn't learn.
Wow. Okay. Tough teacher.
Yeah, he's not messing around.
All right. Anything else about that connection with him that you want to mention?
Seems like I've known him forever. Like he's always been there.
Well, you trust him then?
Yeah. I know it's for my best interest. It's like a father figure. I don't want to.
Okay.
And he knows I have to. So he says, well, I don't care if you don't want to. It's going to happen.
Wow. Okay. Very good. I know you could have brought forth many different lifetimes experiences for her to see. This amazing experience as the being one speckle in a group of speckles that eventually is creating space and galaxy and planets. Why was it important for her to see that life?
To know the free will experience. She is doing well. She is able to make choices. And she was okay with the consequences.
Are you talking about in that lifetime you were showing her or in her current life?
As she has been learning.
And being a part of that planetary system that was forming, what did her soul learn from that experience?
She learned that she is a piece in a larger group of energy. And was able to relate that to the human experience. By understanding that you can make a choice rather than be acted on.
And what does that teach her in her current life?
She is learning currently to control energy as it moves around her.
How does she do that?
She feels the energy and can, unfortunately, causes her heart rate to increase when energies around her are not the same as hers. But she cannot control that energy. She needs to control only what she can control within herself.
And how does she do that best in that circumstance?
She needs to slow down. Stop thinking that everything is able to be controlled. It is not all for her to understand or control, but only how she is reacting to the energies around her.
She mentioned when we were talking earlier that she feels that when she's in a big group of people and where she used to be able to handle that, she can't, and she wants to be in a quiet space by herself.
Yes, this is her knowing that she feels the energies, and most people do not, or not to that extent. And she feels the energies are mostly bad because the intentions of the others, to her perspective, seem as they are very selfish and greedy towards what their needs are only.
And so she did mention that she feels the negative energy around her. What can she do to help herself balance that out?
She needs to realize to relax herself more without allowing the triggers to affect her physical body. The energy is just energy. You cannot control others' energy. This is a free will. You can only control yours.
So when she relaxes and she doesn't try to control others' energy, how does that change things for her?
She will better be able to control her own emotional state where she does not feel out of control. Right now, she is trying to control that energy, and she has problems because she cannot control that energy. She can only control hers.
Okay. I want to talk about that more in a bit, but can I go back and ask about the spirals that came and kind of broke up that group of speckles? What was their role and their connection to her?
They were getting her out of the comfort zone, allowing her to understand energy around her. Because all of us can choose to float and just make it by, but when there is energy from outside forces, you can go and accept, or you can resist and cause more problems. And it seems like she tries to resist because she perceives that to be negative. Even if it is not negative, she is perceiving others' intentions to be negative. So she was learning to allow energy to flow.
She seemed like she did really well in that lifetime, just what she called going with the flow and then ultimately just being.
Yes, she did. She was able to embrace and allow.
And the beautiful spectrum of colors that she experienced at that time.
Yes.
From your perspective, can you share more about those colors and why it was important for her to see that?
There's so much beyond the human experience that one does not realize. When you come here, you forget. And she, seeing those colors, can remember beyond this time.
All right. And the jolt at the end, why was that important for her to experience?
As you flow, the energy, when you allow to go with it, you can feel jolted as the change. It was just accepting the change in the energy was a jolt.
Does that relate to her current life in any way?
Yes, somewhat. She still feels the jolts quite a bit when she is in theta state. She feels them now in her body, kind of.
Her body just had a sudden movement.
Twitching, yes, she feels twitching quite a bit.
And tell her what that is exactly.
It's just energy, more energy beyond that she is feeling, and it releases through the body.
Okay. Very good. All right. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that. Anything else about that lifetime that you want her to know more about, or her time with her guide who was trying to convince her to come into a human life?
Oh, yes, he is something. He is very good at pushing her to understand the experience is beyond one experience, and he thinks he knows everything that is best. And she likes to defy him.
Okay.
But yes, he knows best for her.
Okay. And so the life that he was trying to sell her about going into, is that the current life she's in, or was that a different time?
I think that was a different time before,
Okay.
long before.
So did she learn what he hoped she would learn in that time?
She keeps learning more and more each time.
Okay. Anything else about him that you want her to know more about?
They have been together for quite a while. He is her guide. He is always there.
He's always there. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. Does he have a name that she could call him by?
They don't really have a name. She knows him, and he knows her.
Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much. We appreciate that information. You know, she came into the session with a wonderful, wonderful list of questions. Would it be okay if we get started on those?
Yes.
And would it be appropriate to ask for a scan of her body, please?
Yes.
Okay. Please start scanning the body. Tell me where you are focused on for healing and repair. And we do expect full and complete healing today. Where are you looking at first?
Her throat.
Okay. Funny. What do you see going on with her throat?
It's definitely like a strangulation type feeling there.
What's the root reason behind that?
She has a trauma from previous experience that has a cell memory in this area.
Is this from another lifetime?
Yes.
Okay. And what does she need to understand about it to let that go?
She needs to understand that was only someone trying to control what they did not understand. That is, I believe, part of the reason she feels the energy like as a negative energy now.
Oh, maybe she had to be very aware of that in that other lifetime?
Yes, Yes. She was open and very free, and they took it and understood the wrong things. And she suffered, but the experience was not for her to suffer. It was their misunderstanding of her purpose.
And that resulted in strangulation?
Yes, I see some type of tight noose or something around that had caused where she feels very tight around her neck energy.
And that's the cell memory coming in?
Cell memory from a previous experience, yes.
Okay. Well, now that she understands its origin, what can you do to help heal and let that go for her?
We are bringing in the light to see if we can release all of these memories from her neck.
And explain to us how that light is working and what's happening. She'll find that interesting.
The light will clear the cell memory from that experience and no longer affect her in this current experience.
Perfect. What will she notice differently after the session because of that?
She should notice that her neck is not as tight, and she will feel like her own energy will now flow properly.
And does that change her being so perceptive of the negative energy around her in the current life?
Yes, this will help that. Nice. She got that cell memory of knowing, well, the experience she understood was from them not. It is clearing. It is clearing.
Nice. And how can she maintain the healing of the neck?
When she feels that energy, she can just take a deep breath and say, "This is not mine. This is not for me now." And she will be able to understand that that is no longer something she needs to worry about.
Perfect. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Is that healing complete?
Yes, it is complete.
Where else in the body are you looking at for healing and repair on her behalf?
Oh, her back is not good. She has a lot of spots. So she holds energy from previous experiences.
In the current life and others?
Other lives, other experiences.
Okay. She came into this life with a lot, it sounds like.
Yes, she did. She holds energy, unfortunately, and carries it to the next life, where she has already learned that lesson and needs to let these go.
Okay, and so what is she holding on to there specifically in the back that's causing issues now?
Right now, she is not allowing the energy of her own body currently to flow properly. And then this is allowing the previous experiences to come in and affect this experience.
And how does it affect her in this current life?
Well, she gets very bad cramp in her back. Sometimes she feels it right now, where it will just get very tight, and it will make her jump at times.
We wondered in as much comfort as possible as you're going through the body and healing it. So if you could help with that discomfort, that'd be so appreciated.
Yes. We are being healing now with the white light.
Nice. And so as you're healing the back, what is happening for her? What will she notice?
She will notice this is going to Allow for the positive energy to flow through her body more effectively, knowing that she is in control of this current experience.
Nice. And how will the back feel after the session then?
This will allow her back to be healed. She will no longer carry these past experiences with her.
Nice. She'll be lighter.
Yes, very much.
That's great. And the best way for her to maintain that again is what?
She needs to maintain her free will thinking of positive energy flowing through her area of her back when she feels it getting tight.
Perfect. She can do that, can't she?
Yes, she can.
Okay, so how is the back looking now?
Much better.
Nice. When you take things away that they've brought in from other times and places, does it go back to those other times and places, or does it get dissolved? What is that experience for it like?
It is just removing it from this current experience, as that lesson was learned already. She wants to hold on to all lessons. It is not needed. She has moved past those, and those should have stayed with that experience.
Okay. Well, I think her guide will be happy to know that she's not bringing luggage and baggage into the next life, is she?
Right. Yes, she needs to leave that.
Okay. So good. Anywhere else that you're looking at within her body?
Down through her hips. She has her hips are not level.
Okay. And what causes the hips not to be level?
I'm not seeing a specific experience. Maybe it is this life. Maybe she has done this to herself.
Is this what she calls scoliosis?
Yes, she is not straight.
She says the left hip rotates forward and causes mid-back tension, left
Yes.
shoulder and neck area pain.
Yes. She has been seeing a chiropractor for this, and he has helped alleviate a lot of the pain. This is something she's holding.
You said from this life, not from a past life?
It seems to be this life.
She said that she's been going to the chiropractor since she was 9 years old. So was it something created in her childhood?
She was a wild child. She was outside on her horse with no saddle. She was riding bikes like a hooligan. She was always causing trouble. She did not take care of her body. She was treating her body as if it was made to last 1,000,000 years, and she was very young. And she did that to herself. She did not respect her body when she was younger and has caused some problems.
Okay. I know she mentioned that her brothers told her not to cry and not to let the parents know when she hurt herself unless she needed stitches.
Yes, that was very normal with the family. Her brothers were very tough. They said, tough dude. Yes, and she said, okay, I must be a tough dude. And ignored a lot of the pain.
And so the hips got out of alignment?
Yes.
Is there anything more about that she needs to understand?
She needs to take better care of her body. It is not meant to last forever. She is only here temporarily and needs to respect that this body is only here temporarily and take care of it.
And so, what are you doing now to get those hips and everything in perfect alignment for her today?
We're definitely releasing some of that tension of being a tough dude. She is not a tough dude kid anymore. She needs to grow up and let the energy heal this area.
What will she notice differently about her hips after this session?
She will notice that her legs will be feeling more comfortable, and she will be able to stand up without having to take a few steps to get her hips to allow her to stand up all the way. She will notice 100% healing in these areas.
Wow. Right away.
She should notice that right away, yes.
And you said from now on, she's not the tough dude kid and she has to take care of her body?
Yes, she needs to acknowledge that her body is not something to be treated as, to be thrown away, but something to be respected and taken care of. Because before, she has not taken care of her body.
What are some ways that she can take care of her body?
She needs to get out and move more, get out in nature. She moved back to this beautiful area and can enjoy such beautiful nature, and she needs to be outside more. This is why she has moved back from Sioux City to the area more rural, so she can be in the healing nature. That is what she needs, to be outside, to be in nature.
Beautiful. So she's on the right path there.
Yes, she has acknowledged that this is the right path for her. She needs to do this.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you for that. Anywhere else that you're looking before I move to her list?
Her heart is a little guarded, but we are removing this now.
And why did she guard her heart?
She has learned to push away people as she sees this as a potential way to be hurt. So we are helping her remove this so she can love herself and enjoy the love around her more.
When she loves herself and enjoys the love around her more, how does that change things in her life?
She will start to see more positive outcomes of her efforts and her energy.
Wow. It's a nice life change.
Yes.
And how is the heart looking now?
She's much better.
She doesn't need to guard it anymore?
No, she needs to enjoy love.
Perfect. Okay. She asks about anxiety, depression, and anger issues. What do you want her to know about that?
She can learn to release all those human emotions of fear and anxiety. She is no longer going to be needing those. This is not something that she is learning from. This is only something keeping her back now. She needs to let these go.
And how does she best do that?
She knows how to meditate. She gets easily distracted. She needs to make sure that she can take her time to herself. Maybe just one dog. Don't take 2 dogs. That is not time for yourself. You can take one dog in nature and relax and meditate. But she is always trying to do too fast, too much, and only causing more stress and anxiety. If she would just think of herself first before trying to do something for the dogs or her daughters, then she will be better.
Nice. All right. And you had mentioned earlier about the how she was perceiving negative energy due to the past life situation, but that's been removed. So will that help with the anxiety as well?
Yes, that will help a lot with her anxiety. She has always been sensitive towards others' energies. She needs to be most sensitive first of her energy, and she will be able to understand these feelings and put energy that is not hers aside.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. That'll change a lot for her to not experience anxiety, depression, and anger.
Yes, very much so. She has experienced plenty of anger now and is not needing this going forward.
Kind of like going with the flow like she did as her Speckle
Yes,
self.
she needs to be more like that Speck and just go with the flow. She knows the truth is going to be seen soon enough that she will not be the crazy one anymore.
Perfect. Thank you so much. She wonders about her job hopping since as long as she can remember.
Oh, she loved her job at the vet clinic when she was very young.
She did what when she was very young?
When she worked at the vet clinic.
Oh, okay.
The vet clinic was what she dreamed of doing.
Being a vet?
Yes. She was not meant to do that. She is too sensitive. She would have a whole house full of animals, and that is not the purpose for her. She needs to be taking care of herself. She does not need that much money. She is okay. She gets frustrated very easily and wants to move on when she gets annoyed.
So, how does that relate to her job popping out of place so easily?
She gets bored and says, I am annoyed with these people or how they are doing things, and just says, I'm done and leaves. She's learned quite a bit from people by not letting the money control her. But she also needs to learn to be more stable. And she should not have all the issues with job hopping as long as she is able to realize that if somebody else is angry, that does not make you angry. It is only their anger. To not take on that energy.
And how will that affect the experience of her job hopping now?
Her job hopping has been something where she goes like this and tries to not talk.
Oh, she puts her.
She wants to go like this and is not.
Hold her mouth closed?
Yes.
Tight?
When she gets frustrated or she is not able to release and remove her negative perspective, she clenches her jaw like this.
Oh, gosh.
And then all these muscles were so tight that it pops her jaw right out when she tries to open her mouth.
Okay, so it's from clenching the jaw, from trying not to talk when she gets frustrated.
Yes.
And that makes the jaw pop out of place, and that's the popping.
Yes. Okay. She tries to hold her tongue because she knows that in anger she will say inappropriate words, and it's really hard.
Oh, is this something that she's done since her childhood?
Yeah, she's done this several lives.
Okay. So what are you doing now to heal that jaw?
She needs to relearn to let it drop and relax so those muscles do not pull the jaw out of place. In time, those muscles will relax. It will feel very weird for her at first.
Kind of the opposite of clenching?
Yes, she needs to feel like there is an egg in the back of her mouth where she has to talk with her mouth open.
Oh. And when she does that, how does that change things for her, I wonder?
This should help her not feel all that tension around her neck as well. I think this is something that she has held on to for a long time. And it is a lot of with the neck being cleared, she can actually comfortably move her jaws. And now she will be able to focus on relaxing the jaw itself. This should be healing. She will continue to work to heal these by opening her mouth more so and not holding her jaw tightly shut like she has been.
And her anger issues, what caused a lot of that, those are being handled now so that she will feel calmer.
Yes, she is a calm person or a calm soul by nature, but she tries to take all the energy and change it to good. That is not her job. She cannot do all that. She needs to let it go.
Go with the flow.
Go with the flow.
Beautiful. Okay, so at about age 8 is when she had an accident on the farm, which caused a cut in the forehead where she had to get stitches. Of course, this is the ultimate Rubicon for her childhood, not to get her parents upset and have to go to the hospital to get stitches, but she did. In the meantime, she hurt her leg very badly, but didn't tell her family that, which has resulted in a bone chip injury to that lower left leg, literally a divot in the skin. What do you want her to know about that? And as you take a look there, what's going on with the healing?
She was a very tough child. She will be healed. Yes, she had much fear. She knew she was in trouble more by saying that she was hurt and did not want to cause any more trouble than needed. She can be healed from this now. She held it too long without ever speaking up for herself. This will change. She will have more strength to say what she needs for herself because she is in control of this. The bone is going to stay with a divot, but she now knows that the purpose of this is to take care of your body first.
Tend to it.
Tend to your body. Do not allow this to go that long. And it has caused the other issues like her hips and her back and being all wonky because she was afraid of if she said something there would be more anger and more problems with others around her. She needs to let that go now. It's okay to let it go. The bone chip is there. It is healed, but she will be healed of the pain that she held in.
Very good. All right. Thank you for that. She asks about she had her tubes tied in 2015. She's wondering about the Bayer insured flexible metal coil implants that were used and wonder if these can be causing issues.
It seems as if they may somehow conflict with her magnetic field.
How does that happen, I wonder?
The implants were something foreign to this vessel, and this vessel has accepted the implants as the intended use. However, something has caused a blockage. Not a blockage, a kind of static between her magnetic field, her natural field. This is something we can also take care of. The intention was not for that. The intention was for her to not worry about more children.
Is there anything there that needs to be healed or repaired to help her?
We're seeing on the left side, there is definitely more scar tissue. The left side is needing far more repair. Something is not, it's not like the other side, but it is, we will be able to fix this. This is not a problem.
Nice. And how do you fix that?
There is a lot of scar tissue in the left uterine area where the implant was placed. This is how do you say? This is something that is, the body was trying to reject it rather than leave it alone.
And going forward, how is the body going to react with that?
It should no longer see it as a problem. It should release.
Thank you for that. She asked about stomach and digestive issues that started around the age of 35. She wonders if she's holding guilt or others' guilt.
She is holding guilt from treating her body so poorly. She is experiencing this as a way for us to get her attention, to say, hey, we need you to be in control. She is holding guilt from herself, from not taking care of herself. And this is a way we are trying to tell her, stop drinking Mountain Dew, stop eating sugars. It is only an addiction. They are trying to make you feed in an addiction. This is not what you need. And we are trying to tell her that.
Why do you think they want to have people have addictions to Mountain Dew and to sugars and things that aren't good for the body?
Oh, it makes these vessels very sick. They get very rich. They get money.
Oh.
They are wanting to control by keeping them sick and needing help. But we can control ourselves. We need to be aware. We need to do what our vessel needs us to do. Not feed the addiction to keep our vessels sick.
So can you help take away her craving for Mountain Dew and for sugars and things that aren't good for her body?
Yes, absolutely. We will help her do this with the getting rid of that tension in her stomach area as well.
Nice. Does the stomach area and the digestive area need some healing from you?
Yes, she has a lot of worry that causes some problems. We can definitely look to clear these issues, and will help her to not crave these things so it will make her vessel sick.
So, what are some things that would be good for her body to crave?
She needs to crave more of the foods that she knows that come from this earth. She needs to eat more fresh garden vegetable type foods. She does not always like to prepare fresh type vegetables because they do not taste that good, but she can grow them and she knows how to do these things. She is by no means in any way that she has excuses other than being lazy. Then she can do these things as well. We will help her. We will tell her to be outside and put her hands in the dirt.
Put her hands in what?
The dirt.
The dirt. Okay.
Get dirty. This is the best way. Grow your food where you know the food is right there. You see it grow. There is no genetic modifications. There is no pesticides. There is only dirt and love. This is the way food should be.
Absolutely. And when she consumes food that she's grown and lets go of the things that haven't been healthy, what will she notice differently with her body?
She will notice a better connection to nature, and her vessel will be flowing with the energy that she has not been feeling for quite some time. She will notice the energy flow to be what she needs. This is as all we are is a vessel, and this we need to take care of these vessels.
Perfect. All right. Thank you so much for that. She asks about having dense breast tissue with cysts and lesions, abnormal mammograms. What's important for her to know as you look at that area of her body?
She needs to. She has quit smoking. She has very rarely drinking now. She's not doing those bad things to her body. This, well, again, was a lot like the stomach. We were trying to get her attention that this vessel is not something that you can just use. However, this unfortunately is something that has grown. We are trying to navigate and see if we can completely get this cleared. This will still remain as a dense tissue, but it should not have. It will not. If she continues to do bad things, then it could cause more problems. But if she can. Why is that there? She can be healed from this, yes. This is just a way of her body telling her that this is not normal. It is not normal.
So when she makes these good changes for her body, that will become less of a problem?
Yes, she needs to eat better. She needs to feed her body with the correct sources of energy to give this body the right energy. If she continues to eat junk, sugars, processed type products, then these will continue to grow in the wrong ways. But
Okay. All
she can help this. Yes, she needs to continue to help this.
Okay. All right. Beautiful. Thank you. She asks about skin issues, acne, white spots, and red rashes.
This could be part of the DNA evolution. This could be part of stress. This could be so many things that she jokes and says things, and she is probably more right to believe that what she jokes is correct.
What does she joke about?
She jokes that those are her alien spots, that she is going to go be with her friends.
So tell her more about that connection.
She is definitely from a extraterrestrial form. She has always known this. She has understood feelings and can see things that others do not see. That is okay. It is okay to be different. There is nothing wrong. But there will be times when this will be understood.
And anything for her to do before that?
To love herself the way she has been put to this vessel, and this will be the resolve to the issue.
Okay. She wonders about the stabbing pain that she feels as she bends over on the right side by her lower rib area. What's going on when that happens? What's the message the body is giving her?
Oh, the body is just telling her to slow down. Unfortunately, it takes a lot for us to get her attention sometimes. And she does not realize this until we give her the stronger sensation. This is a way where she can say, drink more water, drink more water. She needs more water.
How much water a day is good for her body?
She drinks a lot of water right now, but she needs to eliminate the other sugars that she is eating and stick to water, or she drinks a lot of that V8 juice. She can drink more of that juice, and that should help heal that area.
So V8 and water?
Water, yes, more water.
She wondered why that same area, but on the left side, doesn't hurt when she bends over. Why just the right side?
Oh, it was easier for us to get her attention.
All right, so she understands now and she knows what to do to move forward, and
Yes.
you've healed that area for her?
Yes, she will be okay.
She wonders if there's any DNA mutations not meant for her highest and best purpose in this life.
Yes, she understood before when she had taken some vaccinations. She saw the white light and asked that any negativity be transmuted to not harm her. She did very good by knowing and understanding that this could be a trick.
What could be a trick?
Any of those things the government wants us to do, they force you to do. It is still a free will. You can make your decision. You can also make your decision to comply and allow any negativity to not enter or not be allowed into your vessel. This is what she did with the COVID vaccine. She was told she had to get the vaccine. She complied, but she knew and she saw this as white light coming into her body. By doing that, she was able to keep any of that negative from attaching to this vessel.
Wow. So back to any DNA mutations that are not meant for her highest and best purpose in this life, what are you doing to help her there?
We are allowing her to be in control. She knows her mission is not to be under control. She is in control. Nobody can force a mutation unless you have accepted this as such. She is not under any type of mutation at this time.
Okay. She asked about any implants or attachments that she has not asked for to please be removed. What do you see there?
She needs to not allow for the energy of others to affect her. She can sometimes feel as this is an implant, but she needs to let that flow past her as it was not hers to take.
Do you think she'll be able to do that easier now?
Yes, she will be able to distinguish the energy that is hers versus not hers.
So as far as any attachments or implants, are there any actually there, or is that just a perception?
There may have been some there, but she was allowing it by taking in that energy. She can definitely stop any of those by not taking energy. Only use the energy which is for the best.
And so if she's around negative energy where that might be an opportunity, the best thing for her to do is what?
She can leave. It is not, who cares what they think? She can leave. They are only wishing to harm, and then they will be defeated by her not being there to take on that negative energy.
Okay, thank you for that. She talked about her grandmother on her father's side who had a disdain for female children that were born into the family. She wonders if there's a curse because of that.
She was a very evil woman. She only wanted what she wanted and did not regard for what anybody else wanted. She said a lot of things, and a lot of things were repeated and repeated and repeated, and unfortunately this then became that the female were not good in the family. But she is no longer in control. She may have controlled for some time as we say things and believe them by saying them, but this is not true.
So no curse?
No curse. She just was an evil person. She did not have love. She was not a good person.
And yet her son, who became this client's father, was quite loving and patient and to her. So we were
He
talking
did not
about
learn this from her. She was not the role model.
okay. And we talked about maybe that's what taught him and his siblings independence.
Yes,
to be away from
they
her.
were always away. Very little time did they spend.
Okay, gosh.
They learned to be outside, and their purpose of being a man was to provide. And she took advantage of that. She did not know love.
All right, thank you for that. She would like to know about her connection to Machu Picchu and the ETs. She traveled there and experienced many deja vu moments. Please share with her all you can about that.
The experience she had. She understood this experience. She knows that there were other experiences there. She relates with the ancient cultures of that time. She was there when the teachers came to this area.
Machu Picchu?
Yes, Machu Picchu and the surrounding areas.
And the teachers that came, what were they like?
They were a much higher dimensional they saw us as infants. They were here to help us grow and learn and help us to survive. We were able to learn many things from them. They taught us like a parent would teach a baby. And now we need to learn from them again.
And so, how does she best learn from them again?
She can connect. She understands these. She has a openness to be aware of their presence with us. She can not only feel them, but she knows. She knows she can communicate with them as she has before.
And when she does that, what does she find out?
They are like a community of all high self energy. They are a much more advanced, technologically, in every way. They are so far beyond our human experience. They will come to teach more and will be seen by many more. This is she knows the communication is not verbal. She knows this energy, and this energy is what she seems to try to pick up from other people. However, when she's trying to pick it up from other people, that is not the same level of where she is trying to communicate. And that's why she feels the negativity. She can communicate if she is in a calm state. If she can remain calm, she is able to feel and connect to these energies and needs to stop trying to connect to the human energies.
Well, now that she's in a calm state, what do they want her to know? They can come through very clearly now.
She knows to communicate telepathically with them and has been doing so many lifetimes. Many lifetimes she has communicated with higher dimensions without verbal communication. This is a knowing she needs to remember, and she needs to continue to focus on the higher level vibration energy and not to try to understand this current earthly energy. But no, that is why she keeps trying to pull it in. She keeps trying to communicate with humans telepathically. This is not possible right now. She is trying to do something she has done. She is trying to communicate with a being that is not capable yet. They have to teach us. They will come back. They will come and help us. We are again like infants. We are only learning. This one has done this before. She has communicated with her mind and her energies, and it is hard for her to understand the communication with these dense, lower, and feels that is the negative energies. She can start to communicate again if she is able to focus be calm. We can communicate with her. And this, she will now know, is a higher dimensional communication, as she has been trying so long to feel.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for that. What about the time when she was driving and pulled over because she saw so clearly a UFO with flashing lights around it? She took pictures of it, showed her daughters, they all saw it, and then the photos disappeared.
She still has the photos on the device. We have allowed her to see this. She knows of something. I think she is trying to prepare others for what may be to come.
What do you think about that? There's a lot of speculation if that will occur in the current times.
It will be soon. It will be so soon. This is not something that will be another 1,000 years. This will be trying to understand how time. She has felt this for the last 10 years as energy. We have allowed her to see the energy, knowing that she is not crazy. More and more people will start to know that this is not make-believe. And we will be able to come back and teach again.
Wow. And when you say we, who do you speak as?
The higher consciousness.
So, because this idea has been floating around our reality that we may be having visitors soon to the planet, there's some that worry that it's false images that they'll be seeing from the governments that are trying to control the people with fear. Others are saying that it'll be a real experience. What do you see happening?
Right now, these governments are understanding there is nothing to fear. They will be forming alliances with the higher conscious. With these alliances, they will form more than world structures, but more galactic level structures. The government will not be able to control the fear. The teachers will be seen and felt by too many, and this will only prove that this is nothing to fear. This is what always has been. This is what will always be.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you for that. Wow. All right. She wonders about her body. Is there karma on eating meat?
Not as much karma as she believes. She feels the souls of the animals, and she thanks these animals for the providing that they do for the vessel. Unfortunately, there can be some karma that is caused by the actions not taken by her to get this meat. But we are not saying that she go hunt all of her meat either. She does not need to do that. She needs to be conscious of this and know that they are putting hormones in the food. And these types of things can make them sick. These were not as it was intended for these animals. These animals also have souls, and she sees that.
Okay, thank you for that. Well, and then back to the body again. She wonders, what is the best diet for future health and weight loss goals? We've talked a bit about letting go of the sugars, the Mountain Dews, things like that. But is there more that you can share with her about that?
She needs to continue when she drinks water to have love, to think of love. She has written love on many of her water containers, and this is her way of reminding herself to always be grateful and give love for our water.
Beautiful. It's very powerful to bless your water, isn't it?
Yes, it is very much needed. You never know. These waters have been here, and we must have these waters to maintain our vessels.
Thank you. Perfect. Good advice. In the past, she's done a lot of smoking of weed and wonders if she's attracted any negative attachments from years of casual smoking.
It is an entity and has a soul, so to speak, as an animal and a human. This is something that should be used with intent. Not the intent to get high and chill, but set a intention, and it has a purpose. Not to be abused.
Okay, very good. Is there anything that needs to be released, she wonders?
No, she fears that she has abused weed because she wanted to just get high quite a bit, but it is very small on the scale of what may she have caused harm. She is okay, and she does not need to worry about negative attachments with these types of earthbound things.
Okay, thank you. She asks, what is the highest and best life purpose for this current temporary human experience?
Continue to be the crazy one. It is okay. They will understand one day that it is nothing to fear. They may see it as crazy, and that is fine. That is only going to make it easier for them to say, these are the teachers when they come.
And she'll know those teachers again in this current lifetime?
Yes, that is why she is here. She has known these teachers many times. She will be here to let the teachers know when the time should be to be visible to all. This will be soon. They will be showing themselves to more and more and more and more.
And how will that change things on Earth?
I believe the change in Earth will be for the better. This will show that we are not fighting. They are not fighting us. They are showing themselves. They are not here and blowing us up. They are not here hurting us. They are not here doing things that humans do to humans. That is very lower dimensional. They are here to help. They will be here to help. They do not want to harm. They are here to teach, to be better, to advance from where we are now.
Beautiful. All right. Well, very exciting times we're in.
Yes, absolutely.
And the lessons that she came in to learn from her, that her guide wants her to complete this time, what are those lessons? And how is she doing with them?
She is always resistant of her lesson. She is doing well. She has learned she needs to be independent, but know when to ask for help. She is doing very well with this. She has had to be independent, and she does ask for help when she is needing it.
Okay, very good. Is there anything that she didn't ask today that you wish she would have?
No, she has a lot of questions in her head, and she thinks that she needs to know them all, but she will know in time.
Well, she mentioned that her first list of questions was quite a bit longer than the one she came with today. Are there any questions from that list that you would like to answer for her?
She knows her soul family is not the family she is with right now. She has always struggled to make that connection with her current family here. This is not her soul family. She was trying to think in genealogy type terms of a family tree. That is silly. It is not needed. You are a human vessel. This is but a human experience. It is okay. She knows. She knows this.
And so when she decided to have this session, what did you hope that she received from it?
To be calm with her knowing of her energy. She does try to communicate with a form and can sense their intention. However, she does not need to try to do this yet. She is jumping the gun. She is ahead of it. Calm down, slow down. Let others get the understanding that this is something we are capable of. Once others can understand these abilities, then she will be able to understand. Much like the guy on television, the dog whisperer, he can sense the energy of dogs and is the best dog trainer because he can simply make it like magic. Some people can do this, not very many yet. More will continue to understand this part and know that energy is something that we all have to take control of.
All right, thank you. If you were to give a message to humanity, what would that message be?
That message would be to be willing to learn. We must learn to be better. We must learn that our purpose is not to drive a fancy car, and not to spend money on fancy things. Our purpose is to be better. We are not serving that purpose. We need to learn to better serve our purpose as humans by forgetting our materialistic ways and thinking about the whole.
All right. Thank you so much for that. How often would you recommend that she listens to her recording to get the most benefit?
She will be willing to listen every day. She will not get sick of it at first. She will say, I want to know exactly what is this. She knows this will help her to be more calm in her knowing.
Perfect. And when she's calm in her knowing, how does that change her life?
She will know that this is where she needs to be.
Perfect. Okay. And just to check in with the body, make sure that the healing is great for her. How is the throat looking now?
It's much better. Yes, it is not as tight. It is more open.
Perfect. And she's let those cell memories from the other lifetime recede back to where they belong?
Yes.
Perfect. How is the back?
She is doing much better. The tension throughout the back is barely noticeable. She will continue to improve this.
She doesn't have to be the tough dude kid anymore?
No more tough dudes. No more. This is not the way to treat the body.
Okay. She's going to have a great respect for the body and give it what it needs?
Yes.
Okay. Beautiful. The rest of the body, anywhere else that you want to touch back on? Everything else healed? She's good?
She is looking much better. Thank you.
Yeah. And she has everything that she needs in this recording to know what to do to maintain the healing? Or is there anything else?
She should be complete. She has what she needs. Thank you.
Oh, you're so welcome. It's just such a joy to assist her on this level. Thank you so much for bringing her here and showing her this amazing experience of a speckle amongst the cosmos. That's quite special, isn't it?
Yes.
Not what she expected, I imagine.
No. She was thinking she was going to be some cowboy and not ancient, but like 1800s.
So when she hears this, what do you think she's going to think about the whole experience?
She will probably laugh and say, oh, I am one of them. I knew this.
Good confirmation?
Yes, she always giggles and says, oh, they're my friends. Now she is one of them.
Yeah, we should look up in the night sky a little bit differently, perhaps.
Yes. She is always looking at the stars. She will always know that is home.
Right. Oh, that's so beautiful. Well, thank you so, so much. Do you have a final message you would like to give to her before I bring her back up?
No, thank you.
All